Well, here we are again. The conclusion of Cosmos and his cooling system issues. This has been a couple of weeks since we resealed the valley pan. I haven't had any warnings about low coolant or anything else. This is stone cold. Pretty much right where I like to see it. It could be a little tiny bit higher, maybe an ounce and a half of liquid, who knows. Not much more than that. That's pretty perfect. And then this corner over here that was leaking before, I'm just going to pop this guy out of here real quick. Let's have a quick look. I've already had a look, so there's no surprise for me, but there's that corner down there, and it's just as dry as a popcorn fart. Beauty. Absolutely sealed. Absolutely dry, and ready to go into the winter season. That fellow's retired for the fall, for the winter. He gets the winter off this year. And this guy goes on full duty. So I hope you enjoyed all the cooling system issues that I had fun with. A little bit of sarcasm there, but these things are I actually quite enjoy working on these things. Sometimes it's a little frustrating when it doesn't go as planned and you do it over again, but as in this one, I tried to reseal it. It was leaking like a sieve, and I tried to reseal it with silicone, and that didn't quite work. It just started leaking again, and it was bound to just start pouring again. So I went and bought the new one, the replacement valley pan, which looks identical. Has a couple of different date stamps on it, but it may be a little stronger in spots. Who knows? But it has a molded gasket built into it. You can check the other videos for that. And that. Just took my time and carefully torqued it down properly, and hey, I'm just as happy as can be with this thing now. It's dry as a bone. It behaves well. There are some issues with in discussion with a buddy of mine, quite knowledgeable in this area. There are two check valves just behind the Vanos solenoids, and they are designed to keep the oil up in the upper engine. And when they get bad, of course, it introduces an air brake into the system, and it ends up emptying the oil filter housing. And so you start these things and they sound like crap. They sound like the chain needs to be done again. It's probably the next thing that might happen to this thing. It's going to be full duty for the winter, and once the winter's done, maybe that'll get treated to a couple of those check valves. I think they're $30 a piece or so, just probably 20 minutes each. They're not hard to install. Just pull out the Vanos solenoids, which is just pop, there they go, and there's a special tool that just threads into them, and they yank them out, put them back in, and then we'll see if that doesn't keep the oil in the container a little longer. But anyway, this is probably the last video you'll see for a while, unless something happens to this thing. I need to fix something, but he's been a pain in the ass, because he usually is. He does have a really noisy air pump, secondary air pump, so when it starts up it just whines like crazy. So that's going to get replaced at some point in time, perhaps. Hard to say. I'm just going to drive the fucker now, but anyway, cheers.